You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Venus Aspect with Tunde Imann. This week I have a very special guest, Koko.
Hi,
Oh my
friend.
gosh, this is my first out of state interview. We going global. Turn it
Yeah,
up. We go global.
yeah.
Ah. Yeah. So I know where you're from,
Mhm.
and even sometimes I be getting confused. But where are you from, and how did you fall in love with music?
I am from Philly, and I fell in love with music. My parents, I guess. I guess the normal thing that all people who love music or do music say. I was like raised in a family full of music. Like my dad was a DJ, my mom was a gospel singer. Like our whole family is just all music, music, music. So I had no way to not love it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, congratulations.
What, friend? So much,
Um,
many things are happening.
Exactly. Just congratulations, bro. Like,
Thank you.
congratulations. Like, the fuck?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
When did you fall in love with music? I know like music is your jam. Like when did that click for you?
Oh my gosh. That's so crazy you asked me that because, um, okay, so first, I have a picture literally of how I fell in love with music right next to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy that you asked me that, but, okay, so this is my uncle. He
Oh,
passed in 2012. I did not stage this. It's just because I'm working on
it's
something
real
that's actually,
authentic over here. Where were the
yes.
lines?
um Basically he's a DJ, and like my family, they have like a club slash lounge, and I just grew up in a lounge, literally went
Oh,
to sleep
that's
in a
sick name.
lounge, ate in a lounge, went to school, did my homework in the lounge. Like,
That is so cute. I love that.
yeah, so I just grew up around music, and I grew up
Mm,
around good music, and not only good music, like just like old school reggae all day,
mm,
every day. But like my
yeah.
uncle always kept his ear on like what was new. So I was just always hearing like new and old at the same time.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think the key word is good music. Like I was raised around good music. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't no girl, what is that? No, it was like very good quality music and just like across the board too. And you know
yeah.
what I just peeped? Like probably before I was born, my dad used to put headphones on my mom's belly when she was pregnant with me.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
good girl. Like, and ironically, it's not even what you would think. It's like classical music. Like, I know classical pieces, and I can't even tell you the name, but I know them by heart because they was
Hmm.
playing them. I was in there. I was in there growing.
Yes. Yeah. No, that is so beautiful and helpful.
Right?
Yeah, and that's like just like love, you know?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Yes.
But it's funny you asked me that because I actually,
Hmm.
well, by the time this comes out, it will already be out. I'm
Hmm.
starting a new playlist slash newsletter. It's like a monthly thing. It's called 13 Rotations. And
Ooh, that's cute.
thank you. It's 13
That sounds like a
songs.
party.
13 songs that I have like on rotation, on repeat for
Hmm.
each month, because next year it will be 13 years since he passed. And then like he was born on January 13th. So it's just like,
Come on, let's think for you. You know, numerology is my jam. That's my
yeah,
jam. I love that.
yeah. So it's
I
coming
love
out
it.
today. I didn't finish, but by 11:59 p.m., you already know how it gets down. So
Okay, period. You better be giving us college teas. 11:59 p.m. It needs to be time, people.
yes. Shout out Turnitin.com.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
and shout out to all the graduates because it is graduation season. Congratulations to y'all.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
girl, we know
congratulations all around.
school can be interesting. So to get
Yes.
mm,
Yeah.
that feel for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. What was it like? We're gonna get right into it.
Okay,
What was it
I'm ready.
like growing your audience on TikTok? And was there a specific video that solidified that you were an influencer slash creator, creatress with the following?
Come on, come on, creatress. I like that. That's real cute.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. So, well, for anybody that doesn't know, my TikTok is keeping up with Koko,
Yeah.
and actually, I think the first video probably would have been the Koko karaoke video of me singing Blue Cantrell, Hit 'em Up
Mm-hmm.
Style. That was like my first singing viral video. But there were videos that led up to that. Like it wasn't like I posted that and that was the first video I posted and it was just lit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I was on TikTok like everybody else, just doing different trends, doing different things. I didn't even necessarily want to be a creator. Like my community started building because I was just venting. I was just on the platform talking about mental health, talking about dating, just like, and it was just relatable. The girls felt seen, and I felt seen because the girls felt seen. So it was just me chatting, literally. And then I knew that I wanted to pursue music, and in this day and age, you have to do that online. Like you got to have a fan base already. You got to have leverage. Like you can't just be putting music out to the depths of the deep dark nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to have a fan base or a following if you want to really like make music off, not make music off of it, but make money off of it, but be mainstream. And I know that's a thing that I want to do. So I was like, all right, you got to get on here and sing to these people, child. But I didn't want to do like your normal cover because I realized that like in order for me to create and actually put out stuff and be consistent, I have to enjoy it. And that's all I kept seeing like different content creators talk about. And this is like I said, I didn't necessarily want to be a content creator or influencer. Like that was not in the plan whatsoever. But I was just like, I need to be on here. The people need to see me, they need to hear me. We need to connect. So literally I was like, all right, so what do you enjoy? Like I enjoy me. I like being funny. I like talking. I like chatting. I like, I'm a little jokey joke. Like I like having a time. I like letting my personality shine. And that's where Koko karaoke came from, taking songs that I knew people would know. Number one, nostalgia. She's strategic over here. So taking songs that as soon as I say it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like now you have to watch the video. It didn't click to me a little bit later, but now you're watching the video about 4 or 5 times. You can comment it a couple of times because it's now clicked to you. First, you watch the video because you're singing it. Now you're watching the video because you're hearing me sing it. Then when I realized I could really be like, we could turn this into a content creation thing, I made sure my face was beat. The hair was done. So that now when I want to pivot into beauty, I want to pivot into hair, it makes sense. Now people are asking, oh my God, where you got this hair from? Oh my God, who did your makeup? What's tea, friend? And now we are a content creator. You see what I'm saying? But it was really that me posting the Koko karaoke's, making sure the songs were nostalgic and popular across the board, but to my core community, you know, and it just blew up from there. And I just kept going. I just kept going because it was easy for me. Because number one, like I said, music has been a thing for me since I was a kid. So singing has been a thing for me since I was a kid. Like I'm a performing arts kid. So the drama of it all, the singing of it all, the movement of it all, like I've been training since I was a kid.
Like
So
social media is the next stage, literally. The
literally,
world stage at this point.
we're universal. We're international. The
Global.
other galaxies might know us at this point.
I feel like they do, but we're not gonna get
They
into that.
do. They like Tunde, Koko, love them damn. Yeah, so I feel like with performing arts being my background, growing my audience was rather easy because I'm just talking in a phone. Like it's kind of like you talking in a mirror. And as being raised as like an only child, who else was I talking to? Who else was I talking to? It was me, myself, and I. So
Literally.
no, literally,
And these
literally.
4 walls.
This is my playground. So being like used to talking to myself made it easy to create content.
Yeah.
So that's why I was able to I guess become this content creator so easily without actually that being like the goal, because I
Mm-hmm.
was able to just push out videos back to back to back, because all
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing is doing the things I was trained to do. Like I'm singing and I'm laughing, I'm talking, I'm telling you tea, I'm giving you advice. Like these are things I've been doing like my whole life. So there's no real like effort going into it. And I think the growth came from the consistency of videos and the relatability, but also the engagement. Like even if before I had a viral video, I was responding to everybody's comments. Like as soon as I seen a comment, I'm and it's
I just
not a
want to
copy and
interject real quick that she's giving you the literal blueprint. Like she could have just been like, "Yeah, it was cool," but no, like
paste.
she's telling you, like I'm engaged and I'm doing something that I love. I'm using the skills that I have. I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
ahead. So if this video go viral, I'm not going viral looking raggedy. Like people is
Mm-hmm.
not gonna share. They might share you looking raggedy. Like you could get away with
They
it, but is
might,
that what
they might. But
you
it's the
know?
other thing too of knowing like it's the internet. I think like when you grow up with technology, as we do, you know that like whatever you put out there is always going to be out there. So I knew that I didn't want to be out there looking crazy. And if I was, I made sure my skin didn't look crazy. Like that's why your girl can make skincare videos now. Like I was very strategic about when I actually press record. Like my drafts,
Mhm,
I look horrendous. I look horrendous in the drafts. But when it
mhm,
was time to post and we're re-recording, I
mhm,
made sure if it wasn't a beat face, my
mhm,
skincare was done. If the hair wasn't done, I tied my scarf in a cute way, child. Like it was something that I knew if I looked back, even though some of my videos I'd be looking back like, "Ooh, girl," but it never gave "Ooh, girl, you look crazy." It never gave "Ooh, girl, you look crazy." So keeping all of that into like I guess in the front of my head allowed it to come off a little bit more polished. And I
mhm,
made sure like when I was chatting, I felt like it would be more relatable if I didn't have a beat face. Like just thinking about like when I'm talking to my
mhm.
friends, I don't have makeup on. Like
This
so
is
why
Jenna
would I
who? Like
right like
this is a mastermind we're talking to right here. Like,
so it's just like thinking about how I wanted to come off on camera. Like I knew when I wanted to sing, I wanted you to take me serious. So I made sure I looked how I wanted to look. I knew when I was just chatting on the phone or giving advice or just venting, I wanted it to
mhm,
feel more personable. So I didn't look done up, you know? And that just allowed whoever was watching my videos to either um, get what I was saying and also feel like it was a safe space. I feel like my
mhm,
followers, like we be growing. Like we talk about anxiety, we talk about makeup, we're singing, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about our body, like we're talking about a lot of things. And these are things I'm comfortable talking about to a stranger. Like there's nothing I put on social media that I'm uncomfortable talking about. So I think that's why that works too, because I'm not
facts.
just doing things just so like I get follows or I get views. I'm just literally having conversations I'm comfortable having. And
It
I think
never gave gimmick.
it never gave gimmick.
It
It
never
never
gave
gave
gimmick.
gimmick like at all. And I think that's why it's easy to maintain. Even if I don't post for a month because anxiety is beating my ass, I can come back and it feels like I never left because I know what I'm comfortable sharing. So it's not like I gotta, okay, let me get in this good mood. No, this is how I talk on a regular. This is my laugh, my cackle on a regular. This is what I'm comfortable sharing with a stranger on a regular. Because no
Mhm,
matter how close we are, we get strangers. So, like I think that's what allowed me to grow so well because I didn't
mhm,
allow myself to get boxed in with just Coco karaoke, but
mm,
I remembered that Coco karaoke is what goes viral. Every video I post to Coco karaoke goes crazy. So knowing like let me keep doing the thing that goes viral while also
mhm.
allowing people to see me in different spaces so it
Uh-huh.
becomes a I love Coco and not a oh I just want to hear that bitch sing. I don't care about nothing else you're talking about.
And what you're saying is really very, very important. And um, I wasn't planning, or I thought about it because I didn't want it to just be like a picking your brain type of thing
Uh-huh.
in terms of like social media.
You
But
know I
what you're
love you
saying
my brain.
is such a it's actually a strategy. Like
Mm-hmm.
Hub Help Hero. I think that's what it's called. Where
Mm-hmm.
they probably done named that shit in many different names, but Hub is like what people know you for, what they come back for.
Mm-hmm.
Help is like the SEO type stuff. So like you
Hmm.
said, skincare, blah blah blah, like stuff, even
The stuff
anxiety. People
searching. Yeah.
exactly. And then hero is like that random shit that might go viral, but you doing it because you love to do it. So
Hmm.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that's literally yeah. Period.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if we wanted to get into human design, but just to like
But
to dip our toes in it a little bit,
oh,
it definitely is giving MG, like definitely giving manifesting generator because
it is.
you get to kind of like, I don't want to say like in my brain I'm thinking like the avatar, like you mastering all the elements for real, like
Yeah.
you get to like do it as one entity, you know?
Literally, and I forgot my profile line, but I know it's right in I'm right in
Hmm.
alignment with it because I'm supposed to try different things to be able to come back and tell you
Hmm.
how to maneuver.
That might be the three.
I don't know. I think it's like a 6'3" or 3'6", 3'6"
I
or
think you
something like
are a 3-6, but I also know that Kamari's a 3-5. Not to
that.
hi Kamari, where you watch this.
We
Woo!
cannot mention our girl.
Yeah, and but I don't know. But I know she also has to do like trial
Uh-huh.
and error. So I don't know if that's
Hmm.
it. Could be the 3 line thing.
Yeah, and I also think too, probably because like I don't know. I think a lot of the things that I share online, I've already like mastered in a way. Like there's a lot
Mhm.
of trial and error that's already happened.
Mhm.
Like I figured out the whole thing with my voice. Can there always be better? Absolutely. But like I've done that whole thing of like I like how I sound. And
You
I
sound
don't
good.
thank you, friend. And I don't like try and sound like other people unless I want to. Like obviously when I do like Tony Braxton or different stuff like that, like I want
Yeah.
you to know that that's my girl. But like knowing that like I like how I sound when I sing now. I did
Mhm.
that trial and error already. Like I like my laugh. I like what I look like. I'm comfortable, no filter, and it's just my face. Like I already
Yes.
did that trial and error.
Yes.
So that's probably why it can come off like, oh, I'm just talking to my friend because I already
Mhm.
did that. I already had those stages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think like with the whole human design aspect, I also, as being like a manifesting generator,
Mhm.
I also use the For You page to give me ideas
Mm.
for
Yeah.
different things all the time. Like I'll listen to music and that's how because people are always like, where's your playlist? Like, what is the playlist that you're using for Coco karaoke? I do not have
Mhm.
no playlist. I literally just
But there's a
listen to
gift playlist.
I just listen to music, but they like want to know like how are you coming up with this stuff? That's that MG because I'm just listening to regular
Mm.
music. I have random playlists in general, and when I
Yeah.
hear something, I'm like, oh, now what was
Yeah. That is that response.
yeah, it's that response,
Yeah.
and then I go and make a video, and then God forbid I'm so aligned, and somebody comments, "Could you do this song?" And I already
Then
got it. Then I just respond, you know, like
yeah.
that's just that. So I think
Yeah.
that the trying the different things, making sure I don't get stuck with one thing, it's very,
Mhm.
very, very MG. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the embodiment.
Mhm.
And also knowing what doesn't make you happy. Like I know some people they'll try and they want me to just sing or they want me to just do this. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, well, I do what makes me happy. And
Mhm.
also what you know we've learned is when there's negativity, when you know you've already did your process that you're supposed to do and you
Mhm.
start doing it, um, and there's negativity on it, that means keep going. The crazy thing is, before my first viral video popped off, somebody
Mhm.
commented under one video and said, "The reason you not," I remember this because it was such a key. It was such a key. They was
Mhm.
like, "The reason you not getting the response you want, like they knew me." The reason you're not popping off the way you want is because you're not being authentic. You're not being yourself. Maybe if you just be yourself, more people will come to you. And when I seen that, I was just learning about human design. And
Mhm.
I keyed because I was just like, oh, I'm on the right track for real. And literally, when I lied to you, not the next day, my we went from what 211,000, and it never stopped after that. And I said, oh well, thank you for that, babe.
Yeah. And you know what? Like that even goes back to what we was talking about earlier about growth because
Yes.
I feel like even with just like law of assumption too, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's how you perceive your reality that it shows up. So like you
Literally.
taking it as a sign that okay, I know I'm gonna pop off and then popping off. Of course you did. Like
Of course I did.
literally.
Like that was the only thing that was going to happen. If
Like,
I took it as, oh, I'm not being myself. And that's the other thing too, I realized that I feel like allowed me to grow. I show up the same way no matter what I'm doing,
mm-hmm,
because since I have that inside information that anything negative coming at me is just a confirmation that I'm doing the right thing when I know I took the right steps to get here. I
mm-hmm,
don't feed into it. Like, it's plenty of
mm-mm,
people on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube that have big personalities, loud laughs. They're very dramatic. Performing arts is probably their background as well.
mm-hmm.
And people come on my page and try and, oh, you're giving such and such. You look like da da da. This looks like da da da. And I leave it right there because all you're telling me is that I'm on the right path. Now, thank you for this viral video that's coming up next.
Mm.
Thank you for this
Yeah.
new.
And
Thank
that's
you for the energy
also
you're giving me.
transmutation right there as
You,
well.
like, thank you for this energy that you're giving me because I'm not going to exchange it with you. I was never going to do that. My energy is too precious for that. But what I am going to do is use it towards my next thing. So thank you for
Yes.
propelling me more into success.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and that goes back into the whole MG thing of it all. Like, I did a lot of healing work before I even got on social media. So there's certain reasons why you won't see me crashing out over certain things because I did the internal work before I cared to do anything social media wise. Like, you're just not going to
Literally,
see.
the other day I just said thank God for the inner work. Like, thank
Ah, no,
God
for
for the inner work.
real. Thank God, thank my ancestors, thank my friends for holding me down. Thank me. I want to thank me. Like, thank
Thank me.
everybody.
Facts.
Like, because the work that I did off camera when I was, ooh, your girl was going through it. I don't think I wouldn't even been able to like get the beauty in what's happening because I would get so caught up in being like perceived, and I would get so caught up in negativity, and I would get
Mhm.
so caught up in comparison. And don't get me wrong, it still happens, but it would like paralyze me to the point where I would never get back up.
That's why I said that I feel like I'm gonna cry because it's like I'm so aware of the work that you put in, that I put in,
Mm-hmm.
that like it's just like I'm so grateful to be in your presence and like vice versa. Like because I know we showing up as like who we said we want to be. Like
Yes,
who
and
is
that's
on
not
the mood board, who is on the vision board, who is in the journal. Like that's
come
how we showing up
on.
to really like show up. And like when I was putting my oil on my shoulders, I'm like, I know my Koko was getting ready. Like I know she getting ready
Come
because it's just like,
on. I'm over here gluing the wig down. I'm like, nah, we gotta beat the face. We gotta give Tunde what she
yes,
like. Like, taking my dad told me, and I was like on the phone
yeah,
crying with him, and I was just like, I don't know,
hmm,
everything's just too much. Too much is happening. I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like I'm just stuck. Like, I feel like I can't move. And he was like, everything's a choice. You just gotta choose. And you know when you hear somebody say that, you're like, shut up.
yeah.
Like, but for real, like,
No, but he
girl,
right. He not wrong. But it's like,
he's not wrong. Everything is a choice. Like,
yeah,
you have two choices right here. You can either choose to work through this shit and get where you gotta go, or you
yeah,
can choose to sit in it and let it paralyze you.
yup,
Which you gonna
yup,
choose? But
yup.
he was like, you not doing it is still a choice. So just make
Yes,
better choices that align with what you
yeah,
want. And
yeah.
sometimes you don't want to hear that because what you feel
No,
feels so heavy. So thank you.
yeah.
I received that because that is a
Mm,
girl. It takes
yes,
time and it takes
it
effort
does. It
get
does.
out your own way. And I'm still
Yes,
through
a
that.
hundred
You know
percent.
that. Like,
Yeah,
but to
yeah.
to be able to know that the work is being seen. And I think that's also
Hmm.
probably to go back to your question, how the following and how the community was able to grow is because you were able to see that. Like, I didn't delete my videos, my older videos, because I got lit.
Hmm.
Like, I didn't stop posting how I was posting because I got lit. I didn't change
Hmm.
what I was doing. People are able to
Hmm.
see the growth. I talk about it. I talk about how I'm a nonviolent girly now. That lets you know I used to get what? I
Yeah,
used to get there rocking. And other
yeah,
people who are trying to find the gentler sides of themselves. Other people who are trying to find out how to show up as their
yeah.
full self without going through this
Hmm.
healing process of losing themselves can relate to that.
Yeah.
So I think that all ties into why we're continuously growing. Like, girl, we on our way to 300K on TikTok. We on our way to 100K on Instagram.
Woo! Exactly.
This is
The
real
growth is real.
cute. Like,
Yeah.
and that I feel really blessed because, like, to
Definitely a
know,
Millie vibe. 2025.
You
Definitely.
know, I just
Yeah.
like to know that I am able to show up authentically
Hmm.
and not sugarcoat who I am and make a living off of that and impact people's lives is really big, especially when you know, like, at one point, you weren't the most confident. Like, at one
Yeah.
point, you didn't think the things that are making you are good. So
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
it's a blessing to be able to do what I do how I do it and be received in the way that it's received. So I get way more positive than I get negative. I don't even what is negative?
Yeah.
It's
That kind
just
of ties.
fuel.
Yeah.
It's just fuel. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit more fuel. That's it.
Yeah. That definitely like kind of answered the question that I have. I was
What?
gonna say like I've been able to see you grow. Like I remember like last year, literally, like we would
Mhm.
FaceTime, you'd be on break. And um, so I guess, do you have any tips for like time management now that you are your own boss?
Sure. Gonna get up here lying. Let me not, because that's what I'm working on right now.
Mm,
The thing that I'll say is that I think we're at a very cool place, like in life, where everything is at your fingertips. So there's so many videos, there's so many articles. It don't matter pictures. It don't matter how you like to learn. There's so many ways for you to find your solution. So I've been using obviously TikTok. We love her down.
mhm,
On trying to find different ways to time block. I know, like for me, giving myself like 7 a.m. we're doing this, 3 p.m. we're doing this. I don't like that. That makes me. And then if I don't meet it, then I beat myself up. So I've been
mm,
working on like time blocking, like from
mhm,
10:30 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. These are the
mhm,
things we're doing. So it gives me enough freedom, but it also allows me to get the things done that I need to get done.
mhm,
I think also I'm starting to like time myself because you could give yourself 30 minutes for something that take 2 hours and you don't even know. And now the whole day is thrown off and you feel crazy.
yes,
So timing myself when I'm doing things to know how long
mhm,
I take so I can give myself the appropriate time. And then also knocking some stuff off the to do list. I be putting 1,000 things on my to do list. You don't. Why are you doing that, Miss Mamas? No, don't do that. So making sure. I think for me, since I come up with long to do lists, making it a to do list for the week and not trying to get this done in the span of 6 hours. And then also stacking them. So like I mentioned
mhm,
earlier, when I do my singing videos, I like a be face because I know I like the comments it leads to because it allows me to create more content that people are interested in.
mhm,
So I will stack my makeup videos with my singing videos because I have to beat my face anyway. And I know this is going to allow me to create other content. So, like, if
mhm,
I'm doing my videos where I'm just chatting or I'm talking about skincare, I like to stack those together because that's usually the same look. Like, I don't have to do too
mhm.
much. It's trying to just make it easier. That's what I'll say. But it's really trial and error. Like, I'm queen of back to being an MG of trying different things to see how they stick. And
Yes,
even if it sticks at one point, I could outgrow it. So not getting too
a
attached to
hundred
it
percent. Yep.
but still trying the different things and just seeing how it works. So right now, task stacking I've learned
Yes.
is really good for me, and time blocking is how I do that. But now that I'm my own boss, I'm learning to not be the bosses I hated. Like, when you're so used to working for people and in situations that are really uncomfortable for you and probably really bad for your nervous system, you start making those same schedules. And so right now I'm trying to find a sweet spot of being very kind to myself, but also making sure that I'm being productive. So like you should have an off day, Coco. Why do you not have an off day? You should be taking lunch, Coco. Why are you not taking lunch? Like you should, like you should make sure that you're checking things off and there's ways for you to see how. So sorry, a bird is on my window. It just
I know how you feel about them animals.
you know how I feel about them animals. I don't know what's, but the birds is really like they love it over here. And girl, anywho, so um, just finding like I'm trying to find more structure that promotes productivity, but also life and work balance, right?
Mhm,
Because like I don't know what I don't know how it's a misconception, but being your own boss is not easier than having a boss. Like once I quit my
Everything
job,
is a struggle.
but I
Your
don't know.
struggle.
Everything is not a struggle. Everything just takes, some adjusting. It just takes some I know, but
Everything
I'm trying to get my brain together. Everything
need a
takes some
steering wheel.
adjusting. It takes some adjusting, and that adjusting may not feel comfortable. It may feel like you're fighting for your life. It may. You just adjusting. Right. And I think I have to remind myself, like, you
That's
gave them people that you did not like, that did not care about you all the time. You made sure
hmm
that you learned their systems. You made sure that you were on time sometimes and you were where you needed to be. You can do that for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So just trying to find the happy medium to where I am in a work environment that makes sense for me, but also produces productivity and doesn't leave me burnt out, you know?
hmm
Because when
You
you're doing
know,
everything by
yeah.
yourself, it's
Mm,
like it can be a lot. But one thing I have to keep reminding myself, like, God's not
hmm
gonna give me nothing I can't handle. So I
Period.
have this, I can handle it, and if this is a low level in a video game, I can
hmm
body this.
Right.
So let's body it.
I forgot the second thing I was gonna say, but
Oh my God, so
definitely thank
sorry.
you for. I think I remember. I don't know, but thank you for
What?
correcting me because it's definitely not a struggle, and I'm very much
Mhm.
big on how I use my words, especially as an MG as well. Like that throat
Mhm.
chakra, it be throat chakra, and like even on my book, I was like,
Baby.
dang, what did I say? Let me make sure I mind my words. But also, like,
Mhm.
it's definitely not a struggle, but everything requires you to be a steward, like to really know that how you like you said adjustment, but like if you're gonna drive a car, know what type of car you're driving, because not everything got the same type of, you feel me? Like
Don't be putting the
it,
wrong gas in there and then being mad when the car
oh,
explodes.
and you definitely don't want to crash out. So
Don't crash out. It
like
never get crashed out.
never
So
gave
I
crash
think,
out.
yeah, it's very much still an adjustment for me. Like I remember calling my best friend and be like, "How do I make a schedule? Like I don't know how to do this." She was like, "Girl, what are you talking about?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to make a daily schedule because every time I went, we will live our lives on schedules. Your parents got a schedule for you, school got a schedule for you. If you go to high school, college, then when you get out of that, your job has a schedule for you. So to sit
Yeah.
there and have to schedule your time, it's just like,
Oh, that was my second thing.
what is
hmm
this? What was the second thing?
Also, no one, no, I should say no one, but after a certain point, a lot of the people that we consider stars, they have a team. No one is doing any of this shit alone, for real. So like,
Okay.
let's to really one again. That's what I was even last night. I was like, these people have a team. I should be
They
so
have
proud
a
of
they
myself.
have a machine behind them.
Yeah,
They have a machine behind them. So to try and
compare yourself to like,
compare yourself is quite literally criminally insane because
hmm
and I think that's why I love the phrase you don't compete where you don't compare. And it can come off real petty, real shady. You can use it that way, or you could just be
but
realistic about the situation. Like you can't compete with them because you don't compare because you don't have the same tools. So
hmm
focus on what you have and how you can
hmm
do what you do
hmm
because it can be great. You get what I'm
hmm
saying? And
hmm
there's just you have so much at your fingertips. Like a team is gonna come, but I also realized too, I've had a couple opportunities like for a team to come in, and I realized every time it like fell through
hmm
or it didn't work out, it was because I need to know what I need to do. Like I need to know what I need before I bring other people in.
hmm
That just it's not gonna work. Me bringing other
hmm
people in, and I don't even have myself together. How I'm gonna tell you what to do?
hmm
How am I going to stay on top of you? Like, how am I going to know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing? And I don't
hmm
even know. I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And that's how
hmm
the girls be somewhere with all these accolades and don't got nothing to show for it.
right.
Because you just give your team everything once they come. And I
hmm
realized studying the greats and studying beautiful
Woo!
influencers, these beautiful lives,
hmm
you have to know what you're doing before you bring other people in so that you can
hmm
make sure the ship is still sailing where you need it to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think that that is really important. Like wanting a team is one thing, but being ready for that. And that goes back to God's not going to give you nothing you're not ready for.
hmm
Get yourself together. The team shall come.
Right.
Yeah, and you can produce all those things. I think that's the beautiful thing of like people talking about their content creation journey and giving you the behind the scenes. You know that
Mhm.
you can do all those things. Like it's not impossible,
Mhm.
but comparing yourself kind of takes away
It
from the
makes no
beauty of
sense.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
at all. What else you got for me?
Um, I got some funny questions too. We could even go more into the movies. I don't know if it's funny, but like, would you ever or have you ever tried your hand in rapping?
You want to know why this is funny? Like
Yeah,
why
this
it's
is funny.
actually like a key?
Yeah.
When I was in college, we used to go around randomly battle rapping people.
Okay. Randomly.
Wow, just randomly. And you know, like college is a funny stage. Like it's very much so still high school, so everybody's not so serious all the time. So they
Mhm.
would be with it. We would just be walking up to them, and we'd be full fledged red bottle, full fledged, full fledged. Me and my best friend were just laughing because we made a whole diss record in college. So not seriously, no, but
Mhm.
interestingly enough, the way that I got into songwriting was poetry.
Mm.
And when I would like read poetry and stuff like that, people would always be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, like you never wanted to rap," or if they really understood how like hip hop influences my songwriting, they'd be like,
Mhm.
"You never, you never wanted to be a rapper," and I'm like, "No, that's not my ministry."
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm. That actually goes into one of my questions. I was gonna say, what made you, or like, when did you record your first song?
Ooh, it had to be. I wouldn't really say it had to be like 2016. I want to say it had to be like 2016.
That was a good
Um,
year for music.
that was a great year. It was 2016, and like when you say record, you mean like in the studio?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 2016, and my friends at college, like I was always am around like similar people, so they did music as well.
Mhm.
And they had a friend, we had a friend, and we went to the studio, and we would just always record. I just would never like put anything out because I was still in that like perfectionist mode, which I'm still working out a child.
Yeah, I know how that
But
goes.
yeah, but I definitely I want to say 2016. Yeah, was when I was like, you know what? Let's see how I sound.
Would you ever
Yes.
put that song out?
No.
Ah.
It was very 2016. Like there was a specific sound in 2016, and that
Mhm.
sound is not like it's low key trying to come back, but no. I think if I would, I would probably tweak it in a way. But it was really good. Like I was a good storyteller. And when I listen, because I still got everything. So when I listen back, I'll be like, oh, this is a movie. Who's telling a story? Hey, but girl, y'all will never hear that. Ever.
Speaking of rapping, are we getting any features? Are we?
You wanna know?
Mhm.
Yes. One of my bros is a rapper. Love him. Shout out to Kaz. Hi, friends. And he has this actually it's like a house beat.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's real cute. It's real cute. And yeah, we're definitely obviously, he's waiting on me because I'm insane. But that's probably the first feature um, I can think of that I would be on. I'm really picky with what I get on, just because it goes all the way back to the content creating of it all. Like I know that I have a following, and I
Mhm.
know what the perception of me can be sometimes. And
Mhm.
some people think like, oh, she lit. Let me get her on a song, so then my song will be lit. And it's just like, no, I want what I do to be quality. I want it to be organic, right?
Yeah.
I want it to
Mhm.
make sense, and I want,
Right.
yeah, I want it to make
Right.
sense. And if that happens, love that. That's obviously the goal. We want to, feedback into each other. But I also like quality music. I like music that makes sense.
Mhm.
It's just as simple as that. So right now, that's the only feature that I know for a fact is a definite that I'm excited. for everybody to hear because
Mhm.
it's totally different. You know, I'll be in my
Yeah,
travel bag. It's very like it's real cute. It's real cute
I'm
actually.
excited for
So
that.
yes,
But
yes, yes, yes.
in general,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm gonna say,
I know. You see me blinking?
when are we getting the new music? When's the project coming? Like,
So okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I really want to get back to releasing music this year, and I really want to do like a project this year. I want to do all of that this year. I feel like it's beyond overdue. I don't even know what the word for that would be, but it's
yeah.
beyond
Mhm.
overdue. And it's like this: the music is done, like not done like recorded, but it's done written. Like it's already there. All I gotta do
Mhm.
is record it. But I think the hiccup came up is anybody who's like super creative, you get really attached.
Ooh.
You get really attached to your work. And I listen to my music all the time. But I get so attached and I get nervous. And oh my God, is this what people are expecting from me? Are they gonna like it? And
Mhm.
so I think with me working through just the being perceived of it all, right?
Yeah.
Is allowing me to understand how like in the same way that I'm able to impact people through content creation, the goal is music. So don't lose
Yeah.
sight of the goal and that you can do
Yeah.
that same way there. And I think
Mhm.
if I'm being honest, I lost sight of music when like
Mm.
the content started going up. I'm not even gonna hold
Yeah.
you. I lost complete sight of it. I was like, oh, let me just get these videos out. Let me da 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 da. Especially when it's something that's paying your bills. Especially when your bills are being paid. You're just like, oh god,
Yeah.
let me do this. Let me put all my focus here. So I think over
Mhm.
the past couple of weeks, I've kind of reeled it back in and been like, okay, what's the goal here, mamas? Because what you know what the goal is. You need to put some music out. So definitely this year for singles, for a project, I would hope before the end of the year. But
Mhm.
I ain't gonna promise nothing. I'm not promising you a
That
thing.
is so fine.
But yes, hopefully, not even hopefully this year, yeah.
I know you talked about like house music, but is there any other sound that you really want to like tap into or like work with?
I want to, like the R&B pop of it all, like the Destiny's Child, the Mariah Carey, the that were like the girls were
Yeah.
dancing and having a time, but they were also like literally crying on the track. Like I
Mhm.
really want to get into that because I just grew up with loving music I could move my body to.
Mm.
Like regardless of what they were talking about, that's what really did it for me. So making more music that's less drink wine and sway to the side and
Mhm.
more just upbeat music.
Mm.
So um also too alternative R&B. I like that. I like that
What
a
do you
lot.
consider all R and B? Like,
Who?
like what? Like what sound? Like,
Well, obviously our girl SZA, but like
oh,
Solange.
okay, okay, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
who else am I thinking about? You know who gives it to me, and the girls might think they don't, but
Mm.
Janae Aiko.
Mm.
She doesn't give soul to me. She gives alternative R&B to me.
Mm. Mhm.
Yeah. Um, you know who else? Because to me, there's like a specific formula you follow for traditional R&B, Kaylani.
Mhm.
Like the girls who they're giving you other like it's other genres in there,
Mhm.
but you know it's R&B. Kaylani to me gives alternative R&B.
Okay.
Like when there's because I think a lot of times we forget like what or maybe people just don't know, but like the genres, the names they were for like pop wasn't what pop is for now. It's just popular music. Like that's
Yeah.
it. R&B has literally like specific chords, specific progressions that
Yeah.
happen. A lot of music
Mhm.
that's just categorized under R&B, they don't have
Mhm.
those. They don't even have a bridge. Like they're not even. That's
Let's
not
talk
even.
about it. Yeah.
So it's just like I know for a fact like wherever I go, it's always going to give R&B singer because like I was raised in the church, so my
Yeah.
that is always going to be there.
Mhm.
But I want to like genre hop. I do. I want to get in that bag and be able to like be all over the place, but you still know it's
Yeah.
me. Like not get lost in the genres. You know.
Mhm.
I just like music.
Yeah. Mm. I'm
I
a
do.
musician.
You
Like,
know, that's my
so
jam.
yeah.
I do.
So there's a lot of talk about who the big three is. I don't
But
care too much about that. Who
uh-huh.
are your big three inspirations when it comes to music? Whether now, past, it doesn't even have to be like people that is a common answer, but like
Hmm.
like personal as well.
Okay, so ooh, because I look at people like for different things. Like some people, I might not necessarily care for the voice, but the performance eats down, or
Hmm.
like different things. So let me see. Um, the common people is sticking in my head, but you know who? Obviously, Tony Braxton. Obviously, Tony Braxton. Um, I think like even though she's known for the deeper aspects of her voice, her range is sickening. Like
Hmm.
her range is, whew, it's just amazing. And I love how her voice can literally pull you in. Like you don't even know what she's talking about. You're not even sad right now. You're not even happy. You are in a happy relationship. You don't like even like that man. Whatever the case may be, her
Yes.
voice has the ability to pull you in, and you're just there until she stops. Right. Another one for me would be, I'm a bar. It would definitely be Nicki Minaj, not in the sense of rapper, but that was the first mainstream black woman I've seen with a big personality be able to be mainstream. And that, like, as a little kid, that made
Hmm.
me realize, like, also, I'm not too much. Like, oh, I could be exactly who I am and
Yes.
reach the heights I want to reach.
Yes.
Like the animation of it all, the persona of it all,
Yeah.
the very strong and I said what I said of it all, whether
Hmm.
it's politically correct or it's not, whether I like it or I don't. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I that's why she's there. And
Hmm.
then ooh, let me see. I'm trying to think. You know what? It would now it's not just one person, but it would be Destiny's Child. Um, just because I think like the way that they were trained, the way that they sang, the stories about them, the stage presence of it all, the performance of it all,
Hmm.
and it's just like you've never seen it done before.
Hmm.
It's a like they're literally like a holy grail of a book, and I don't know why nobody's studying it. I don't know why. I'm studying it, but I don't know why nobody else is studying it because there's
Yeah.
so much as like an artist. Even if you're not a singer, you can learn just from that book right there because of the people
Yes.
produced, and not just Beyonce, but obviously Beyonce, but not just
Yeah.
Beyonce. Like the people it produced from the four group to the three.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it would be Tony Braxton, Nicki Minaj, and then the Destiny's Child. Uh,
Yeah.
makes very sense for me. That was harder than I thought it was gonna be. It was so many people in my head. I'm like, oh wait, no, what about?
Yeah.
Yeah, hmm there would be for me. Who is it for you?
Um, Honestly, it might always change.
Yeah.
Like, but currently,
Hmm.
Whitney Houston,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
um, Aaliyah,
Mm.
and um, I kind of also want to say Nicki, low key,
Hmm.
because I too grew up like I grew up as Nicki Minaj was blowing up for real, like
Hmm.
literally.
Hmm.
So like she was one of the she to this day is the only artist where um I search up her verse only. Like I wish she would just release her verses alone.
That's
Like
it.
I don't even
That's
care for your song. I came here
I
for
don't
Nicki.
even care for the song. Just release the verse because that's all I'm listening to, and I'm turning this off.
It's to the
Get it
point
out
where
of
like
here,
my Nicki verse, a meter, like I know where they would put her on a song. Like I have
bro.
it still.
Ugh. It's just
So,
it's so good. It's so good. I think also Nicki too because of the engagement. That's who I mirrored that off of. The
facts,
way
that
that she
engagement.
engages with the barbs, the way like, and if you look
Hmm.
at older videos,
Yes.
she was on live streams. I'm a start, but she was on live streams. She
Yes,
was,
girl, get on live.
you
Get
know,
on live.
yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, I was a little scared. The narrative. No, because my comment section can get feral really quick.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, guys, wait a minute. It's getting a little crazy. But like we said with words, I just had to be like, every place is a safe space for me. Like, I'm safe.
Period.
I'm protected. I'm
Yeah.
protected. I'm fine. And the people that I'm supposed to engage with, it's going to give, we are family, So,
Oh,
but that's really who I mirrored that after because there's no other um, superstar that we know of
yeah.
engages with their fan base like from jump in the,
Yes.
in the way of like you could touch her type of way. So
100%.
yeah, I think
100%.
that I think there's a lot of books that should be
Yes.
studied.
Yes.
And I don't know why they're not being studied, but they should be because if you think about it, like there's nobody that has a fandom right now. Like if you take the 2010 girlies out of it, and all the 2010 girlies are the icons. So like you take the Taylor Swifts, the Lady Gagas, the Beyonces, the
Mm-hmm.
Nicki Minaj's, and I'm pretty sure some other people, but that's who I'm thinking of right now. If you
Mm-hmm.
take them out of it, the Drakes, if you take them out of it,
Yeah.
there's nobody has fandoms. Like nobody
Mm-hmm.
is able to connect, and it's so odd because it's like, bro, you have all the tools right here,
Yes. It's
and
weird.
nobody's
Like,
making the
hmm
connection.
speak on it because, especially with like engagement, it's
Hmm.
like, I just don't understand. It's like, do you not care about your fans? But
I don't. I just think that I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's understood how much work. Like I can think back to Nicki with a camcorder, Nicki on like a shitty a live stream, like Nicki with a camera while she's at certain stuff. So say hi to the barbs. Like I can remember this verbatim. Like
yeah.
I remember I seen an interview where they were talking about Taylor Swift after each show would make sure at least 2,000 people met her after the show. Like things like that. Like
Hmm.
I don't know why. No, I don't know what's happening, but I'm interested to see that being a thing
Hmm.
again. It seemed like
Yeah.
the influencer girlies got the fandoms.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
influencer girlies got the fandoms,
Yeah.
and the musician girlies.
I made a tweet about that. I'm like, the rap girlies should really start vlogging because they
I
don't know
see
what it they don't know what it takes to be bad. Like they really don't. They think you just
it
show up,
takes a
but
lot.
yeah.
It takes, and you
Hmm.
want to know too. I realized that a lot of. I was just talking to one of my friends about this. That I think a lot of one thing I love that the rap girlies do is they show a lot of their personality,
Hmm.
and a lot of like the singer girlies they don't do that. Like
Hmm.
there's no. It's just a
Yeah.
give you the song. You're gonna get this beat. You're gonna get this face. You're gonna get this look. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. And I think that was the one thing when I was like, all right, how are we gonna create this content? I think
Hmm.
it's important to know what sets you apart.
Yeah.
Not comparing yourself, but knowing what do you have that you don't see.
That's
And
a
one thing I don't
I can't think of the
see,
word.
what
Unique something in marketing.
unique.
That's what you are. No,
Oh, you're talking. Is it like the?
maybe USP, unique selling point.
Yes, that is what it is. Your
Yeah.
unique selling point. And I realized mine is my personality.
Period.
Mine is my personality and my humor. There's so many people that can sing. There's so many people that are conventionally pretty. There are so many people that can do different things or who look like me in the sense of we're the same color, the same shape. Maybe we have similar backgrounds, but
Hmm.
don't nobody got my personality, my wit, my humor, my the way that I think about things, the intrusive
Nobody
thoughts.
has your experience. No one
Nobody
is
has my
you.
experience. Nobody's me, right?
Yeah.
So knowing like, but I think a lot of times people will make it seem like they won't break down what the nobody's you thing is. Like they'll just be like, nobody's you. So you do what you need to do. You go out and you record, but nobody's you. That's all you have. That's what sets you apart. And it's just like, girl, what the hell does that mean? What do you mean
Mm,
nobody's me? Like, okay, nobody's me, but like, what now? So I really had to sit and look at all of the girlies, the singers that I seen that are mainstream and that I love, and I was like, what do I have that y'all don't have? My personality. And I'm okay sharing it. I think that's the other thing too. I know they
mm,
got personalities. I know they do. But I remember it was an interview Summer Walker had, and she was just like, I just don't think people are gonna like me. Like I don't think it's gonna be a
mm.
space for me to do that. So that's why I sing, I do my job, and I get the fuck on. It's like I don't think they're gonna accept me for who I am.
And this girl's waiting to be accepted. And I said that on my podcast. I'm like, there's so many different roles and reasons why celebrities exist, but it's
Mhm.
really to give a voice to people who don't speak up. And it's such a shame that she feels like she shouldn't speak up because
Right.
there's so many girls who probably would see themselves in her, and I feel like people would humanize her more. It doesn't really matter if they do or don't because she
But it
stayed
definitely
fuck.
probably plays a it definitely be playing a part. Because
Yes,
it's like
because
if you can see yourself in somebody, then certain things that you're gonna say. Now it just
mhm,
depends on where you at, because you might still say something left because you're saying something left to yourself. But certain things that you would say or you would think, you would either banish that thought or you wouldn't even have it because you're like, oh my gosh, she really like me for real. Like, so
yeah,
yeah, so I
yeah,
think that's one thing that I do see the rap girlies do that I love. Like they show their personality more.
hmm,
They give you, even though they don't give us behind the scenes, they're like more active in the sense. I think the only
very
person I
much
can
more
think of
active.
that shows personality, but she kind of like stopped it, was Ari Lennox. Like her lives were a moment. They were a
Yeah,
key. Like that was
yeah,
a way for people to connect. And I just don't think
hmm,
that for some reason as singers, we don't show that as much. We're just like, oh girl, here's the final product. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to my TED
yeah,
talk. And they leave.
hmm, yeah,
Yeah. I want the girls to be free of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 minutes to get ready. What are you adding to your body, skin, face, hair that you know will get you right and in a time crunch?
Oh, I'm definitely adding foundation to my lace because even if it's not on, you're not gonna be able to cock it. I'm definitely doing some lip gloss. You said I only got 15 minutes?
Yes.
Jewelry, jewelried up, anklets,
Yes.
bracelets, earrings,
Yeah.
nose ring, necklace, because it looks like I'm more done up than I actually am.
Facts.
Um, Sunscreen, because if I don't have time to put lotion on or no oil, sunscreen is gonna do both. I'm gonna be glowy and I'm gonna be protected from the sun. Um, I'm gonna wash my face. Right, I might not have time to double cleanse, but I'm gonna wash my face. I'm gonna put a moisturizer on and sunscreen as well, but a little glow mist. So I could be glowy. And then, oh girl, I don't got no clothes on. I'm put some clothes on.
No, I mean you have clothes on.
I'm about to say, where my clothes
What
at?
you
But
have
I
clothes
think
on.
I think, oh, claw clip, and a
The
wig brush.
end.
The end.
Okay. You're on a flight, 5 hours plus. What's in your carry-on essentials? Snacks, headphones, etc.
So I gotta name the snacks.
I mean, if you want, but not really. Like
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
type.
probably have something salty and sweet, right?
Yes.
I'm definitely getting on the plane with a meal. Yeah, I don't know what y'all are giving me on this plane, but I brought food with me, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna eat that. A neck pillow, probably a blankie, because I like to
Mm-hmm.
put the air on. A mask. People be nasty. They do.
Quite.
And all of it actually. We're cleaning. And what else? Headphones, and a book. Because sometimes I don't want to listen to music or watch a movie. I want to just read a book and sunglasses. Because for some reason, well, not even for some reason, we be so high up, and I like to have the window open, and I want to be able
Mm-hmm.
to see without my eyes falling out. So.
LOL.
I also like when people are just like, "Who is this?" Yeah,
Yeah,
who is
yeah. I love wearing sunglasses. Like
she?
Next time we do
Hmm.
an interview, we should just wear sunglasses. Like,
No, actually,
yeah.
yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Lastly, what's one
Mhm.
thing the world should know about Coco?
Oh, why did that make me emotional?
Oh,
um, I'm just a girl. No, but for real, that I'm literally figuring it out just like you. And that, like, yeah, I'm figuring it out just like you, from mental health to self love to talent to business to being a good friend to holding myself accountable and others. Like, I'm literally figuring it out just like you.
Mhm.
So, the space that you should be holding for yourself, also hold for your girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And emphasis on should be, because a lot of times we're not even holding the space that we need to be holding for ourselves. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just a girl who's still figuring it out. That's it.
Yeah. Facts.
That's all. What about you? That was such a good question. What do the people need
Thank
to know
you.
about Tunde? I love that.
What should they know about me?
Hmm.
Um, I feel like they already know,
Hmm.
but this is gonna be such a funny answer. As
Hey,
long
say
as I'm
it.
on this earth, I'm a step.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period.
And
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah. You know what? That was a real cute situation. Let me add point two.
22. Yeah, bring it
Two,
back.
because the answer I gave was real healed. That was a real healed girl. But in the depths of my soul, I was not placed on this earth to make anybody feel comfortable.
Oh,
I want you to know.
mm.
That's what I want you to know. Not
Yeah,
at all. I wasn't placed on this earth to make
yeah,
anybody feel comfortable. And I think a lot
yeah.
of times that stops us from like showing up. I know it stops me
Mm.
sometimes. It
Hmm.
stops us from being our best self. A lot of people are very flamboyant and they don't be that. Like, they're not that
Yeah,
because they don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. You know, a lot of people might want to dress a certain way or talk a certain way or show up a certain
hmm,
way or address things a certain way. Maybe they just want to address it
yes.
and they don't want to because they want to make sure everything's copacetic. No, actually, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't like, and with
yeah,
all the love in my heart, I think there's a difference between having that mindset and being reckless, and having that mindset and still having love attached to it. But was not
yeah,
on this earth to make anyone feel comfortable.
yeah,
That's how you lose yourself.
yeah,
You miss the mark. Like, God just sent you down here to suffer. Be you and do it at the for the betterment of you, not holding you back so everybody
right.
else can feel good. It's not your job.
And I just want to add two things.
Hmm. Yeah.
One, we're gonna die anyway. Not even to make it morbid, but
No, like, for real. The
we're gonna
girls are
die
like,
anyway. And then two, if you look like us, like it's such a I don't want to say it. I believe it's a privilege, but I know that word might trigger people.
no,
But
it's
like,
a privilege. Say what you say. Say what you
I'm
say.
so grateful for my life in so
Yeah.
many ways. And like, even when I go on a walk, I'd be like, damn, I have ancestors who did not get to enjoy a walk, did not get to enjoy the sun. And I know that's not my whole lineage, but it's a part of my lineage. And
Baby.
it is.
Baby.
So it's like, I'm enjoying this walk, not just for me, but for them too. And I need y'all to enjoy your life, not just for you, but for them too.
Because you are literally the embodiment of their prayers, of the things that they worked for, of you're a product of them. Whether you believe in ancestors or not, it still sticks. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Like,
Like, it still sticks. You don't believe in your great grandmother?
you
Like,
don't believe in
please.
DNA? Cause what now?
Right? Like, how that work? Like,
Yeah,
please. And
yeah.
and that goes right into, you were not sent here to make anybody comfortable.
Hmm.
There were, and even if we're not talking about the enslaved ancestors, we just talking about all of them. They all went through something, and them
Yes,
going through what they went through, fighting through it, getting
yes,
through it, whether it
yes,
was in the most toxic way possible
yes,
or with
yes.
grace. You having what you have is
Hmm.
better than what they had. So
Yes.
flourish in it and show up how you're
Hmm.
supposed to. I'm pretty sure there were women that belong to my ancestry that couldn't speak how I speak.
Yes,
Who
exactly.
couldn't look people in their face and say
Yes,
absolutely not, no.
yes. Mhm.
Who
Exactly.
couldn't dress how I dress, who couldn't
Literally.
wear makeup. Girl, they wasn't even wearing pants. I got on yoga pants right now. My girls were suffering in them long skirts. Like, it's just like you could take it to the simplest things or we could get real deep with it. But I think
Yeah.
there's a reason why we're all here.
Mhm.
And if I'm being honest, being a content creator and choosing to show up in the midst of me still figuring it out and
Yes.
sharing my gifts,
Mhm.
it and people's response to that telling me how that helps them, it helps
Mhm.
me. You know,
Yeah.
like at some point we always don't feel the best. So to be able
Mhm.
to learn how to show up in the
Yes.
midst of it all, girl, you know I'm a
Mhm.
PK, I'll start preaching. It's to learn how to show up in the midst of it all.
Yeah.
That's not something to take for granted because somebody said, you know what, fuck it, and they left. Somebody woke up and wanted to try, and somebody said, actually, I'm gonna take your life. Somebody woke up and was just like, oh my God, maybe. And God said, actually, no, it's time for you to come on home. Somebody didn't wake up. You see what I'm saying? And like when I was younger, my mom used to say stuff like that. And I used to be like, girl, that is so great. It's like,
Yeah.
dang, I just don't want to go to
Yeah.
school. Why are you saying all of this? But it's just
Mhm.
like there's so many privileges we have. Don't let the media, don't let the media tell you that you're not privileged and you look like us and you talk like us and you sound like us and you were raised like us. Don't let them think that all your life is struggle because that right there is a motherfucking lie.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a choice. That's a choice for you to pay attention to.
Mhm.
Just we were just talking earlier. There's so many ways your day could go awry. And there's so many days your day could be great.
Yeah.
Choose the one that most benefits you. Sometimes,
Yeah.
smacking the shit out of somebody might be that best choice in that moment. But it may not. You see what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not telling you to be light and airy all the time. I'm just telling you to be in alignment and show up how you're
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the at.
Yay. Thank you so much for your time. This
Oh,
was a
thank you for having me.
wonderful, wonderful interview, very insightful. And where can the
Well,
people
thank you
find
so
you?
much for having me. I love you down. Y'all don't know Tunde's
Mm,
my girl. That's my baby. I love her. So
I
to
love
even
you.
even be on the platform, it's just crazy. This is amazing. So yes, keep doing what you're doing. Keep making spaces for us
I will.
artists and us creatives to be able to share our full selves in a very
Hmm.
comfortable setting. Keep making safe
Yay.
spaces for us. And I'm excited to watch you grow. The girls are growing. Okay, growth is upon us.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all got going on, but we're blooming.
That note, good night.